Hey, what's up, guys? Welcome to another training session. So today, guys, we're basically going to be looking for trades on the markets. We're going to be using our trading system to find possible trading opportunities. But first, we're just going to just go through our strategy one more time, and we're going to look at the different trading sessions, and then we're obviously going to analyze the markets. Okay. So, guys, before we jump into the analysis part of things, okay, let's just try to understand for those people that don't really know. But, in trading, your job is to make a prediction, right, for the market, okay? So the price moves up and down all day, every day for a currency pair or index, right, or commodity, right? So from where the market is, right, your job is to determine if it's going to go up or if it's going to go down, right? So if you think that the market's going to go up, you open up a buy trade. And then if you think the market's going to go down, you open up a sell trade, okay? So these are our objectives, right? These are our objectives. So we want to open up buy trades when you think that the market is going to rise. And then we're going to open up sell trades when we think the market's going to drop, okay? So that's our objective, guys, right? That's what we're trying to do, okay? So another thing that we shouldn't escape us is we need to be aware of the market trends, right? So there's two types of trends. There's three of them actually. There's the uptrend. This is when the market is continuing to rise, okay? Then there's the downtrend. This is when the market is continuing to drop. And then there's the sideways trend, okay? So today in our analysis, guys, we want to find an uptrend and we want to find a downtrend, okay? So in an uptrend, we want to be looking for buy trades because the overall price is going up, okay? So the likelihood of our signals becoming profitable in an uptrend is much higher than it is when the market is in a downtrend, all right? So today we're just trying to find an uptrend so that we can find buy signals. And then we also, for like a sell signal, we want to find a downtrend so that, we can open up our cells so that because English, right? Because now the market is most likely to drop. Okay, so in a downtrend, you want to be looking for sell signals because the overall market direction is down, right? And then in an uptrend, you want to be looking for buy signals because the overall direction is up. Okay, so that's basically what we're looking for. Okay, so depending on the situation, we sometimes avoid the sideways trend. Okay, but in special circumstances, we can sell at the top of the trend and buy at the bottom of the trend. Okay, or buy the breakouts and sell the breakouts, right? So that's basically how it happens, guys. That's basically what we're looking for. Another thing to also, I'm just going through the basics, guys, right? I'm just going through the basics. So another thing that you need to be aware of, guys, there's three main sessions, right? Trading sessions, right? I know some people are probably bored of this, but you'd be surprised as to how many people don't know this, right? So there's the Tokyo session, right? There's the Tokyo session. This is when this is the Asian market, right? So in the Tokyo session, you are looking to trade JPY pairs, AUD pairs, and indices, right? And indices related to the Tokyo Stock Exchange, right? And then the next session is the London session. Now, the London session, you can trade Euro pairs, and then you can look to trade GBP pairs, right? And also indices as well, right? I'm just going to say NIN. And then the third session that's important is the New York session, right? New York session, right? These are New York sessions. So in the New York session, you're looking for trades on USD-based currency pairs, right? And indices, right? Or stocks and commodities. So things like gold can be traded in the London and the New York, right? So it's very important to know this because remember, guys, the way we make money in trading is the market has to be active and moving, right? So in order for your buy trade to make a profit, it needs to move from where it is, the price needs to move from where it is to another level. Okay, so the market has to be moving, right? So you need to be strategic when you're approaching these markets, and then you need to be trading the right currencies at the right trading sessions. Okay, just basic stuff, guys, nothing too hectic. Right. So let's also talk about, how exactly you'd be finding trades, right? Let me just do this, okay? For those of you that don't know who are watching this, who are like still brand new to this, right? So let's just say that this is you right here, okay? And then you want to trade, you want to open up trades on the Forex market, right? This is the Forex market right here, okay? Right? But in order for you to get to the Forex market, you have to open an account with a broker. Okay? You need to open an account with a broker. So you as a retail trader, you don't really have access to the market per se. The way you trade the market is you need to do it through a Forex broker. Okay? So that would be one of the first steps that you're gonna do, especially if you're getting ready to trade the markets, right? So before you can even open up a trade on the market, you have to open up an account with a forex broker, okay? And then the platforms that are there is MetaTrader 4. These are the ones that are popular, and MetaTrader 5. Okay, so our trading strategy is on MetaTrader 4. We also do have one for MetaTrader 5, but you have to request that specifically. Okay, so yes, so the platforms is MT4 and MT5. So you as a trader, before you can trade the forex market, you have to open an account with a broker, and then through the forex broker, you'll be able to trade the forex market. Okay, so that's typically how it goes, right? There's several brokers out there. Just look for a regulated broker in your region, and then you should be good. Okay. So let's take a step further, guys. I'm trying to move you guys. Hopefully, you guys can see that I'm trying to move as quickly as possible. Okay. So now, I know the next question that you guys want to ask is, so how will you know which trading session is active during the day, right? So the first thing that you can do is you can go on Google and type in Forex time converter. It'll bring you to this website right here. And then on this website, guys, you'll see the different starting times and ending times for the different trading sessions in real time. Okay. So, but the first thing that you need to do, guys, you need to fix the time zone according to your time zone. So mine is Africa, Johannesburg. So the times that you see here are going to be specific um, for South Africa. Okay, so if you're outside of South Africa, you need to make sure that you put or you set this website to your correct uh, time zone. Okay, so that it gives you accurate times, right? So remember, guys, I told you that the Tokyo session, is the first session of the day. And then this session, okay, there's actually five sessions, but the three is the Tokyo, the London, and the New York, right? So the Tokyo session starts at 1 a.m. South African time and ends at 9 a.m. So if you remember in the previous screen, we spoke about which currency pairs you can trade. So you can trade things like with which have JPY in it and AUD during this time period. That's when they're active, right? And then the next session is the London session, which starts at 9 a.m., ends at 5 p.m. And then as you guys can see, it's currently open right now. So we're currently in the London session. So the London session is going to close in about 2 hours, right? And then the next session is the New York session, which began at 2 p.m., which is about an hour ago. And then it will end at 10 p.m. South African time, right? So now we have an overlap between the London session and the New York session, they're both open at this time, but the London session is going to close at 5 p.m. and then the New York session is going to continue up until 10 p.m., right? So during this time period of the London session, you can trade GBP pairs, Euro pairs, and the corresponding indices. And then in the New York session, you can trade USD-based pairs, commodities, and the corresponding indices, right? So that's basically what you do, guys, when you're looking for trades within the specific sessions, right? So now back to our trading system, guys. Okay. So I'll try to answer just a few or quite a number of frequently asked questions. Okay. So our trading system that we're going to use today, guys, works on MetaTrader 4. Okay. And then you need to use it on a PC or laptop. Okay. It works on Mac, it works on a Windows PC, right? But it needs to be a computer. I know a lot of people expect it to work on a phone, but fortunately or unfortunately, it works on a computer, laptop, right? Windows PC or MacBook. Okay. Now, let's look at the rules for buy signals. Okay, for buy signals, right? And I'm going to show you the charts just now, guys. I'm just preparing you, right? For buy signals, there's three things that we need to look at. Okay, so uh, the first thing that we want to see is the price needs to be above the 100 moving average. Okay, it has to be above the 100 period moving average, right? So let's just say, if I'm making an example, if the price is moving up like this, and then this red line, let's say if this was the moving average, okay? In order for us to get a valid buy signal, the price, which is up here, will need to be above this red line, which is the moving average, okay? But you guys are going to see that in just a bit, okay? And then the second thing that we want to see, guys, is that the volatility meter has to either be at 70% or more at the time of entry, right? Above 70%, right? And then once you see that the price is above the 100 moving average and then the volatility meter is at 70 or above, then we can now take the signal. We can use the trading levels, okay? The trading levels or the actual buy entry. Okay, we can use the buy entry levels. So the way we interpret it is the system will give us a buy entry is take profit one, take profit two, take profit three, and a stop loss. Okay, so if the trade has already progressed and hit TP1, we'll get into the entry where the market currently is, and then we'll just target the next take profit level, which can be TP2 or TP3, depending on whatever the case may be. So as the market shifts, the stop loss is going to shift as well. Okay, so if TP1 is hit, the stop loss will most likely move from where it was originally and move is to be in a suitable position to take TP2 and TP3, right? I'm glad that we are all together, okay? And don't worry, guys, we are going to look at a few charts. We're probably going to look at maybe 10 charts and possibly take some trades, but you just need to be a little patient, all right? All right, let me just erase all of this, okay? And then, guys, the next thing that we want to look at is the sell signals. Okay, let me just finish erasing this first, okay? The next thing that we want to see, guys, is the sell signals, right? The sell signal rules, okay? The sell signals, right? It's the same as the buy setup, right? It's the same as the buy setup. So for a sell signal to be valid, guys, the market has to be underneath the 100 moving average, okay? So this is what I mean. So if the price is moving, and then let's say now this is the moving average, right? Where the market price currently is has to be underneath the moving average. So, right, if that is the 100 moving average, if the red line is the 100 moving average, and this right here is the price, if the price is underneath the 100 moving average, then that's good. That's what we want. That's the first confirming factor that we need to see, okay? Right? So that we can actually take the trade, okay? And then the next thing that needs to be visible there is that the volatility meter has to be above 70%, right? It has to be at 70% or above. And then once those two conditions have been met, once we see that the price is underneath the 100 period moving average and the volatility meter is at 70% or above, then that means we can take the sell levels or the sell signals, okay, that the system gives us, right? Now, keep in mind, guys, that um, in our buy signals, okay, the best signals to take is when there's an uptrend, right? Right? When there's an uptrend, right? That's the best situation that you want to be in. So let's say, for instance, the market is going up like this. You can see that the price is pushing to the upside clearly, right? And then let's say the system gives you an entry, right? SL and TP level. Okay, so this is the type of trade that you want because you can clearly see that the market is rising and it's not moving sideways like that. Okay, and then in a downtrend, right? So in a downtrend, okay, in a downtrend, you want to look for sell signals. Okay, it really does help. So in a downtrend, or your best sell signals will be when there is a downtrend because the market is going up. Okay, so this is what I mean. So if the price is going down like this, and then you decide to get let's say if the system tells you to enter there, and let's say for instance your stop loss is up here and your TP is down here. This is the ideal situation because you can clearly see that the market is going to the downside. Okay, so that's what we want to do. So when we are looking for good trades or the better trades, we want trades which are in a trending environment, right? We want markets that are trending, not markets that are moving sideways, right? So just keep that in mind, guys, okay? So a sideways market looks like this, all right? It looks like this. They're also tradable, but it's not the ideal situation. So we want previous price action to be moving up like this or to be moving down like this, okay? Because we want to trade in the overall direction of the market, right? Which makes sense. It makes sense, guys, right? All right. So now let's just go ahead and have a look at some charts here, guys, and let's just see what's going on. Okay, so we're going to start with the Forex majors. So we're going to start with the GBP USD. All right, and then we're going to trade on either the H4 chart or the H1 chart for today, right? So I'm just going to go through the market right now and see if I don't have a signal right now that I can show you guys. For example, right? I'll just shout when I see one, right? I'll just shout when I see one. Okay, so this is GBP AUD, right? Okay, guys. So GBP AUD. All right. So there's a potential signal on the GBP AUD on the H1 chart. Okay. So why do I say that this is a valid signal? Okay. So now the first thing you want to see, guys, you want to notice the moving average, right? The moving average is this white line. You see where I'm highlighting that blue right there. You see that white line inside that blue box. That's the moving average that I'm referring to. Okay. So this moving average, right? This moving average. That's what I mean by the moving average, this white line, okay? That white line. So then if the price, if the market where it currently is, so let me just show you where the market currently is. Look at that blue box. So the price is actually here right now, okay? So the price in relation to the moving average is the price is above the moving average, right? So that's the first rule that we need to see. We need to see that the price is above the moving average, okay? This tells us that this market is a bullish market. So a bullish market is a market that is going to continue going up. Okay, so that's what this is, right? So that's the first thing. And then the next thing that we want to look at is when a direct, move your eyes down all the way down to the bottom of the screen. You guys can see right there where my cursor is, where the blue box is right there, this volatility meter right here. So in order for us to take this buy signal, this volatility meter has to be at 70 or above. So as you guys can see, it passed 70, it went to 80. So then the volatility meter is at 80%. So the price is above the moving average. That's the first box ticked. And then the volatility meter is above the 70%, which now validates this buy entry. Okay. So as you guys can see, the market went from buy entry and it hit TP1. And as you guys can see now, the next target is TP2. Okay, so if we were going to enter into this trade, we are not going to target TP1 because TP1 has already been reached. Okay, so then we're going to target TP2 and we're also going to target TP3, right? TP3 all the way up there. Okay, TP3. And in this situation, the stop loss has already shifted for a better position, right? So if we were going to enter into this trade, all right, if we were going to enter into this trade, let me just show you guys where the market currently is. We'd put our take profit either at TP2 or TP3, and then we'd use the recommended stop loss that the system gives us, right? Let's see if we can't find another buy example. Okay, so I'm just gonna go. So that was the GBP CAD, guys. That was the GBP CAD. Now here's another one, Euro AUD. Okay, we can look at the Euro AUD as well. Let's look at the Euro AUD. So on the Euro AUD, guys, same procedure. If you look at the first condition is that uh, the market has to be above the moving average. Okay, so if you look at the price right there, there's the moving average. You see that blue box? I'm showing you guys the moving average. So that white line is the moving average. Okay, and then now the market price is currently up here. So the market price is above the moving average right now, okay, which indicates that this is a bullish market. And then if we direct our attention to the bottom of the screen, we can see that the volatility meter has passed 70 and 80%, which now validates this buy signal. Okay, so as you guys can see, TP1 has already been hit. So the next target that we're going to do is TP2 and TP3, right? And then the stop loss is down there. So if we enter into this trade right now, we can either use TP2 or TP3, and then we can shift our stop loss to the recommended level. Okay, so now let me see if I can't find another buy signal, just so that you guys fully understand what I'm talking about. Let's see, guys. I remember US30 was moving up, all right, on the H. Okay, so now this is the US30, guys, on the H4 chart, right? And then as you guys can see, the first thing that you want to look at, guys, is you want to see where is the price in relation to the moving average. So as you guys can see, there's the moving average right there, that blue box you guys can see. I'm indicating the white line, which is the moving average, okay? And the current market price is all the way up here, guys. It's above the 100 moving average, which signals to us that this is a bullish market, a market that's likely to rise. And then if we direct our attention to the bottom of the screen, you guys can see that the volatility meter went past 70%, 80% is at 90%. So this validates our trading setup to buy, right? So as we can see now, we can actually take the buy setups. So as you guys can see, the original buy signal was down here, and then TP1 was hit over there. And as you guys can see, as TP1 was hit, the market shifted the stop loss. And then now you guys can see the prices in between TP1 and TP2. So if we were going to enter into this trade, we'd either target TP2 or TP3, and then we'd put our stop loss there. So let me just show you. So if we'd open our trade, we can put our take profit at TP2 or TP3, right? It's all the way up to you. And then you can put the SL right there where the system recommends for you to put the stop loss, right? Okay, cool. So then we found enough buy setups. We got a buy on the US 30. We got a buy signal on the GBP. Is it the GBP AUD? And then we also got a buy signal on the Euro AUD, right? So let's see if we can't find any sell signal. So I remember that there is a sell signal on the AUD JPY, right? So let's just select the correct time frame. So on the H1 chart, guys, you guys can see now this is where you have to pay attention, guys, right? So as you guys can see right now, there is the moving average, right? And if you look closely, the price action went below the moving average, right? Which indicates to us that this is a bearish market. You guys see where the price currently is? It's underneath the 100 moving average, just like that, okay? So then if we direct our attention to the bottom of the screen, we can see that the volatility meter went past 70%, and now it's at 80 and 90%, which validates our sell signal levels right here, okay? So the original sell signal was up here, TP1 was hit, and as you guys can see, TP2 is almost hit right here, okay? So what we're going to do is when we enter into this trade, we're going to use TP3 and then the stop loss that the system gives us. So let's just do that real quick. Put TP2 right there and the stop loss, okay? So let's go ahead and look for one more market. Let me just see, guys. Let me just scroll through the markets real quick on the H4 chart for a sell signal, a valid sell signal. I'm trying to find one, guys, real quick. Let's see now. Sell signal. I'm just trying to remember which markets were going down. But then even if we don't find a sell signal right now, at least we have, okay, here's another sell example, right? Here's another example right here. So I think this is going to be our last example. I remember there was also a trade. All right, let's go to the USD. Was it the USD ZAR, guys, on the H4 chart? Okay, so this is going to be our last chart that we're going to be looking at, guys. So guys, as you guys can see, the price is currently underneath the moving average. So if you guys look here, let me just make my box smaller. So if you follow my blue box, there's the moving average, the 100 moving average. And as you guys can see, the price is currently under the moving average, okay, as you guys can see. And then if you look at the bottom of the screen, the volatility meter went past 70%, which now validates these trading levels, okay? So as you guys can see, the original signal TP1 got hit, so we're not going to target TP1, and then TP2 was hit as well. So if we enter into the market where it currently is, we're going to target TP3 and then use the stop loss that the system gives us. So I'm just going to go ahead and do that, and then we're obviously going to use the stop loss and the take profit that the system gives us, right? So now another thing that we need to also be aware of, guys, is that when the market is moving, right? So I'm just going to make an example with this chart right here, okay? So as you guys can see, just try pay attention, guys. Let me just show you something real quick. Let's see, sell. I want to show you guys something. Sell entry, right? So when your trade is running, guys, you need, the next thing that you need to do is you need to manage your trade, right? So let's say now, for example, we had our sell entry right there, and then let's just edit this and write stop loss. Stop loss. I want to show you something, a little trick that can assist you while trading, guys. But you just need to pay a little bit of attention. Take profit, right? All right, guys. So let's say now you've done your analysis and you found a valid signal, right? So for this example, I'm going to say it's a sell signal, okay? So let's say, for instance, now you got your sell signal, and then now the market moves down, right? And you become a profitable trader for this particular trade. Let's say this trade becomes profitable, okay? What you need to do at that time, guys, is in order to secure profits, right? You need to change the value of your stop loss so that you can protect the profits that you made. So if your stop loss is right there at the red line, okay, what you want to do is you want to shift your stop loss underneath the sell entry trade, right? And then when the market is like this, right, then it puts you in a favorable position, because if the market now decides to turn around for whatever reason, it's going to go back up and hit the stop loss and close the trade in profit. Or if it doesn't do that, it's just going to go and hit your take profit, right? So if you manage your trade this way, then when you're making profits, you're not going to lose, even if there's a sudden change in direction of the market. Okay, so that's just one of the things that you need to keep in the back of your mind. Okay, so anyways, guys, thank you so much for watching this video. If you do have any questions, guys, just reach out to me on the socials, and we'll try to sort your query. Okay, so anyways, guys, if you want to know more, click the links in the description. And yeah, I'll see you guys on the next session. Thank you so much for watching the video. I'll see you guys later.